Hey folks, it's Manninen from the website TahoeTrailGuide.com. Today I want to provide you another mini tutorial about doing downhill technique on cross-country skis. In today's lesson, I want to cover doing a Stem Christie, also known as a Wedge Christie. So the Stem Christie turn is kind of a transitional piece between a basic snowplow turn and a parallel turn. So it's like this intermediate downhill technique. I really like it for the fact that it is a transitional piece and it's helped me develop my parallel turn over the years, but I almost like it more just as an end goal because I use it in so many different situations. It's hard to do a really nice, smooth, skidded or carved parallel turn on these skis because we don't have the benefit often of having a big open slope like at an alpine resort, for example. Most of our trails are pretty narrow, so a Stem Christie turn, in my opinion, makes it so that we can get our skis parallel a lot quicker. I also use the Stem Christie when it's super variable terrain. I use it a lot when I'm quote-unquote combat or survival skiing. You know, when I'm out on really crusty, wind scoured or icy snow, I use this stuff all the time. Again, for simple reorientation on the hill, I need to get from the position facing you, the camera, over to that position. I got to do that really quick. And I don't want to try to make a pretty turn. I'm not interested in that. I just need to get oriented other way so I can get down safely. So it's just a very versatile turn. There's three main aspects that I want you to focus on when you're performing these Stem Christie turns. It's going to be your body positioning, your body movement, and the timing of your body movements. Now, lo and behold, those three elements are pretty much paramount in everything we do on cross-country skis, whether we're doing downhill technique, uphill technique, on the flats, striding, skating. Good body position, appropriate body movements, and then timing those so that everything's working in harmony. Basic stuff is what we want to focus on, and we want to build from that good body position. Now with a Stem Christie, because it's a transition between a wedge turn and a parallel turn, that first body position is going to be a basic snowplow position. Low on our skis, hands out in front, tails are spread apart. We're in this wedge shape. That's how we're going to be initiating our turn. Now, once we come around the fall line, we're going to be transitioning into more parallel position. And that's going to be upper body facing downhill, low on our skis, hip bumped uphill, getting both of our uphill edges engaged. So those are the two body positions that we want to do. Snowplow, angulated body position. Now the movement that we're going to be introducing into this whole little series here is the transition piece from snowplow, from wedge to parallel skis. This is it right here. We're primarily going to be focusing on our uphill ski transitioning from its inside edge in the snowplow to its uphill edge parallel with the downhill ski. So this is it right here. In some cases, we're going to lift it up out of the snow. In other cases, we're going to smear it alongside. Better to train towards smearing into that parallel position rather than making a big step. So if we can just unweight that ski and bring it next to the downhill ski in a parallel position, excellent. The timing element is also going to be something new. So the timing as we come around the fall line, so if I'm going downhill and we're making this turn in that snowplow, what is our timing for when we actually lift our ski or unweight our ski and put it next to our downhill ski? That's going to be up to you, but I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to say your timing is either going to be sooner or later. There's no right or wrong answer as to when that's supposed to happen. You're going to have to figure that out for yourself, but I encourage you to try sooner timing and later timing. I would say start with later timing, and what I mean by that is do a snowplow turn all the way around, so you come through the fall line, and as you're in like the bottom third of that turn, once you've already come around that fall line, then bring that ski next to it. That's going to be easier. It's also going to be slower because you're doing that snowplow turn the whole way down around that corner, so it's gonna really slow you down, and then you can just kind of just gently bring that ski side to it. So sooner timing, I do use a pole plant. It just triggers in my mind, oh, initiation of turn. So that does get me to unweight. And I don't actually push myself up when I pole plant, but it has that feeling of this unweighting of the skis. So I do use a pole plant when I'm initiating that Stem Christie turn sooner rather than later. And the sooner timing is mostly as I'm coming around and entering the fall line or going straight downhill. That's my sooner timing. That's when I start to transition my ski so that it goes to this parallel position. So I'll pole plant and then bring that ski right away. So it's just quicker timing, it's sooner timing. Is there a right or a wrong answer? No, they're both necessary at certain times of our skiing experience. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out TahoeTrailGuide.com for more information about cross-country skiing and snowshoeing. Thank you to all my Patreon subscribers, everyone who tips via Venmo and PayPal. You guys are the best. I also want to thank everyone who subscribes to me on various social media platforms. I really appreciate the support. All right, time to call it a day. Take care, folks.